What's up, sarsaparillas? It's your girl Sassy J, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, guys. It is time for Love is Blind UK episode 5 review, okay? But before I get into the video, guys, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe before you go, because the girl's trying to get to 5k subscribers before the end of the year. But anyways, guys, let's get straight into the video. So the episode started with Benaiah and Nicole meeting for the first time, mind you. And she's basically saying to him, like, you know, instantly after I chose Sam, I regretted it because I realized that something was just not right. It just didn't feel right, and she realized that she had made a mistake. Now, Benaiah was receptive of it, and he was saying, listen, I was heartbroken when you chose Sam over me. But he basically said that obviously he felt like a connection with her from day one, and, you know, he basically wants to see where it goes. So he proposed. Yes, guys, Benaiah proposed. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like, to be honest, I kind of knew he was going to. In my mind, I'm thinking he's gonna do it because he really does like her, and obviously she's saying that she doesn't want him to think that he's second best. In that situation, like, for me, it would have been hard for me not to feel like second best. But if I was to be completely honest, the moment she made the decision to accept Sam's proposal, when he said, I think I love you, when they were in the pod, you could see the instant regret on her. In that moment, I think she should have just changed it. She should have just said, you know what? Actually, I can't. But whether she thought that she couldn't do it, I really don't know. But to be honest with you, they do look like a nice couple, but I don't know how I would feel personally. But you just never know. It's dating, I guess, isn't it? It's like the dating period anyways, because you got to realize, even though they're not engaged, it's still within that kind of like dating period where you would take the time to get to know somebody. So I guess we can let it slide. But anyways, so in the villa, all the couples are looking nice and yummy and all loved up and all of that, right? Now we see where Tom and Maria's having a conversation, and Maria was telling Tom, you know what, I'm looking forward to seeing all the boys and the girls and stuff like that. And she was like, you know what, I'm looking forward to see Demi and Ollie. But she also mentioned to Tom that, listen, you know, Catherine and Demi had a little thing, and Catherine broke it off on Ollie's birthday. But then Tom said, to be honest, Ollie told us that he broke it off with Nicole. Who broke it off with who? Who do you think was the one that pulled the plug? Comment down below and let me know. Because here's the thing. Catherine did say, she was the one to say the words, to say, you know what, I think I'm going to take myself out of the situation. But remember, she did also, when she said it, was trying to figure out where Ollie's head was. Like, she was trying to figure out whether that's what he wanted her to do. Because she was like, so where's your head at? Now, if you wanted to completely take yourself from a situation and just make that decision and just, that would be it. But when she made the decision, to me, that's my opinion, it sounded like she wanted him to say, no, I'm choosing you, so don't do that. Do you see what I'm saying? Because why would you then want to ask him, so how do you feel about that and where's your head at? I think, personally, even though Catherine actually said the words first, remember, Ollie had a plan to go in and tell Catherine that he was going to choose Demi. I think that Catherine felt it coming. Because if you remember, when she told the girls about the whole Cirque comment that Ollie had made, I think she kind of felt within herself that Ollie was already judging her and was not going to choose her. So for me personally, I think that she felt it. So technically, she might have said the words, but I feel like realistically, if she didn't say that, Ollie would have said it anyways. Now, them seeing each other is a whole different story. Because this whole conversation that Ollie and Catherine had, I mean, was it absolutely necessary? I don't really think it was, to be honest. I get she wants to say, listen, you know, you weren't the one to break it off. But for me, in that situation, I wouldn't care. I would not care, because I'm happy with the man that I had, the man that I chose, Freddie, and I know the truth, and the man that I know knows the truth. So for me, would I be that bothered? Probably no. But I guess she felt like she needed to have that conversation. But I don't know about you. I felt like that conversation was a little bit flirty. Now, Catherine did say to Freddie, you know, I just kind of told him to take care of Demi, and I just kind of told him how I felt about the situation. And she was telling the boys, like, you know, he admit to lying. Now, he didn't necessarily admit to lying. He said he doesn't remember what he said because he felt like he had said to the boys, that they both were on the same page and he was about to call it off. But, she said it first. He beat him to it. Now, I'm trying to remember from what we were shown, because obviously we weren't shown everything. He didn't come out and said that he sacked it off, but I think he did kind of give the impression that he did. And I guess the boys would have believed that he was the one that sacked it off because they already knew what he was going to do, because he'd already told them that he was going to do it. But what he did say was, that went well and she took it very well. And yes, we're on the same page. He didn't necessarily say from what we saw, but like I said, they might have been talking about other stuff that we did not see. But anyways, that conversation went on a little bit longer than it needed to be. Plus, it was a little bit too laughy, because at the end of the day, you could see a little bit of flirtiness coming from Catherine. You could 100% see the flirtiness coming from Ollie. So Ollie now saying to Bobby that he felt like Catherine was staring at him. Right? Now, she might have been staring at him, but for me, what got me annoyed was the fact that it's very clear that Demi was not feeling comfortable in the situation. You could tell that she was a bit off. You could tell that she felt a bit awkward. Anybody within that group can notice. You don't need a magician to tell you that obviously she's not comfortable in that situation. Now, what's his name? Ollie should have reassured her within that time. He should have. He was there standing by himself, looking out in space, almost kind of separating himself from Demi. And then when Demi went over to talk to him, he's basically just like, he's being very kind of evasive and he's not, saying anything, like he's not trying to give anything away. And then instead of having a conversation with her to make sure she was okay or to reassure her, he goes and pulled Bobby for a chat to talk about the fact that he felt like Catherine, there's a vibe between him and Catherine. And he thought that that conversation would have been it, but he feels like she's staring at him and he feels like there might still be some kind of vibes there. Now, for me personally, I'm just like, that's disrespectful, because at the end of the day, like, you chose Demi. That's what you say. You chose Demi. Like, it's the first time you're seeing Catherine. Show some respect. You was in bed with Demi last night, right? It's a good thing that this girl did not give him any of the Pinocchio, right? Because at the end of the day, if she had given him the Pinocchio, right? Why did I choose Pinocchio? If she had given him the Pinocchio, right? This is the kind of bullshit that he would have been doing. And you know how bad she would have felt in herself? She's already feeling a bit down about it. Even when all the girls were laughing and talking to Nicole when Nicole arrived, you could see Demi was literally looking a little bit stressed, right? And Catherine picked up on it because she was telling Freddie at the end of the evening, saying, she could see that even though Demi said that everything was okay, she could see like a bit of awkwardness, that she wasn't okay. And she doesn't want to hurt Demi or anything like that. For me, I'm just gonna watch and see, because I honestly felt like there was flirting going on from both Ollie and Catherine, right? But we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, I do not like a guy that cannot communicate. I'm gonna tell you this right now. And even that conversation that Ollie and Demi had when they were in the bedroom really just grinded me up the wrong way, because at the end of the day, she's trying to talk to him, express to him how she feels. And first of all, the first thing he's gonna say, oh, maybe it's late, maybe we should talk about it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then she's saying to him, like, Ollie, this is how I felt about the situation. This is somebody you were getting to know. This is somebody you had some kind of chemistry with. And, you guys were laughing a lot. Because you could tell that Demi is trying, she doesn't want to come across like obsessive or like jealous and all that kind of stuff. But, you could tell that she's uncomfortable and it does bother her, but he's not even providing a safe space for her to express herself and express that feeling. And for me, that is a massive red flag. That is a massive red flag. You know what's the next red flag for me? When he was talking to Bobby, when they got up and he said, well, maybe tonight you might get, and Bobby said, well, already did it and stuff. Now, they didn't really need to get into all of that where, the kiss and tell bit happened, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the bit that bothers me. The bit that bothers me is when Ollie turned to Bobby and said, well, in your case, it's going good. So that means he's trying to say that, it didn't go good for him in his case, with him and Demi, because obviously that sounds like, for me, he's trying to say, like, I end up with the wrong girl. I might be reading into stuff, but that's what that sounds like to me. Because even with Demi was saying, when he's behind closed door with her and Ollie, she gets that kind of attention from him. But when they're like in the group, like as a couple, she's seen other couples like laughing, PDA and all that kind of stuff, but she's not getting that from Ollie. That another red flag, because he's basically, behind closed doors. I don't want no man to claim me and own me up behind closed doors. And you can't own me and you can't claim me and own me outside in public. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, because I'm not nobody closet monkey. Listen, if you can't own me out in public, you cannot own me in the bedroom. So you're about to have to go about your business. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Demi's a beautiful girl, and Ollie needs to realize what he has. Because if he wants Catherine, fair enough. If you want Catherine, say you want Catherine. Say it with your chest. Let Demi know, or just go about your business. Because at the end of the day, I feel like he's saying one thing to Demi, because even when he was saying to her in the bedroom, like, you know what? At the end of the day, me and Catherine didn't have anything close to what me and you have. Yes, okay, fair enough. That might be the case, because you did end up wanting to choose Demi. But you seeing Catherine tonight, and he was saying how Catherine is beautiful. You seeing her tonight, he did not give Demi the respect. He did not give Demi the respect that she deserves tonight in the situation, because he should have had, after he had that conversation, he should have come over to Demi and explained to her what happened, what the conversation was. Yes, put aside your pride if you don't want to say the whole situation about, you telling the boys that you sacked it off. Put aside your pride. Just give the girl some kind of reassurance. Say, babe, this is what happened. The conversation was about this. It was some slight misunderstanding, and that's what it is. Reassure her. He didn't do that, right? And then he pulls Bobby. Why? Do you know what I'm saying? But you know what I like? I like the friendship between Jasmine and Demi, because Jasmine is basically talking to Bobby, and she's saying, listen, I don't feel comfortable with that situation, and she feel like Ollie should do better, because at the end of the day, she found what he's done quite disrespectful towards Demi, and she wants to have a conversation with him. For me, like in that situation, it's like I feel like Demi needs somebody to stand up for her, because Demi, I think and I think this is honestly to do with confidence and insecurity, because I think Demi really likes Ollie, but she doesn't want to like come across a certain way, because she doesn't want to put too much pressure and Ollie leaves. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want, you really want something, but you feel like if you say something, that person might say, okay, I'm done, I don't want you. I feel like that's the kind of vibes I'm getting from Demi. It's almost like she's scared of saying certain things to Ollie because she doesn't want to lose him. Do you know what I mean? And that is not a good situation, because you don't want to have a partner that you feel like you're tiptoeing around. You should be able to talk to your partner about things that bothers you, and I don't think she's in that situation. Ollie is not providing that safe space for her, because Ollie, for me, he wants Catherine, right? He wants Catherine. Catherine is there flirting, regardless of whether she wants Ollie or she wants to stick with Freddie, regardless of whether she likes Freddie or she just likes Freddie money. But at the end of the day, she was flirting, or she was giving that kind of flirty vibes within that conversation she was having with Ollie. That's my input on it. But anyways, I feel like we kind of knew that this was going to be an uncomfortable meeting, because even when Ollie and Demi was talking, and she was like, oh, I miss the girls, I'm looking forward to see the girls, and she mentioned Maria and she mentioned Jasmine, but she was like, oh, who else? And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you know damn right you remember Catherine. Like, you might not be missing her, but don't act like you don't know that Catherine was gonna be there. But Ollie was quick to be like, oh, and Catherine. But you could see the look on her face. I felt like she wanted to bring up that conversation from that time to see what his response would be. I don't know, like, I just don't feel like, I'm not going to be quick to say that Ollie's not the one for Demi. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is that if Ollie doesn't work on his communication, then I don't think that they're the best fit, because at the end of the day, For me, communication is everything. And if you can't communicate with the person that you're in a relationship with, that relationship is doomed. See what I'm saying? So, and it doesn't look like he's a communicator at all. Whether he's just not interested, or he's just bad at communicating, we're yet to like fully confirm this with actual proof. We don't know, but it's coming across that he's just interested in Catherine at the moment. But anyways, guys, comment down below, let me know what you think about the whole situation. For me, like, I really feel for Demi, because I feel like Demi will need to stand up for herself. I feel like she needs to stop trying to hold on to Ollie and hurt herself by not saying exactly how she feels. You need to say how you feel, express how you feel. At the end of the day, if he's yours, then he'll understand. If he can't listen and you can't express yourself and he's not accepting the fact that you're hurt and you're telling him this and trying to make changes, this is a telltale sign that he's not for you. She needs to stop being scared that she might lose him and be honest and upfront and speak how she feels. That's what I think about that situation. But anyways, guys, all the other couples seem to be okay for now. Maria and Tom seems good right now. Sabrina and what's his name and Steven, it all seems good. Obviously we know Nicole apologized to Benaiah. For me, like I said, I don't know, guys, I'm Leo, right? I'm a Leo, and my pride and my ego would have made me said to Nicole, listen, you made your bed, honey, lie in it, because you ain't gonna put me at second best. Even though, you know, everybody deserves a second chance, and at the end of the day, you never know. Sometimes we go down a path and then we realize that we made a wrong turn, and then we find our way. So maybe this is them finding their way. I don't know, guys. But anyways, I am done with this review. If you come to this far in the video and you haven't yet thumbs up the video, please go ahead and thumbs up the video. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome, guys. Subscribe before you leave, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video. But for now, keep it sassy-licious.